What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Birthdays, the beginning. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and actually keep checking out this sweet little evolution game that has actually kind of captivated me. This game has really sort of grabbed my attention and messed with the way that, like, normally with games like this, I don't tend to get hyped about it, but I'm doing a pretty good job right now. I keep myself... What is this down here? What are you? Apparently, I evolved a new thing. So you might note that we're on a new map right now. My game crashed, and the game doesn't have autosave, so... Be aware, but we do have starfish, so that's a plus. We've evolved starfish. Hooray for us. It looks like they live in the sea. That would be as expected with starfish. And these ones are pink and yellow with a little bit of purple inside of there. They look like delicious Easter candy flavors. Easter candy flavors. We've also got all kinds of... Basically, everything we had before has evolved already. So we didn't really lose any of our progress, but welcome to my new world. This is it. I've got this big ocean that I've built so far, and I'm going to continue building it. But in today's episode, I'm thinking we're probably going to play around with... Oh, I don't know. I found that I like flying fast, so I'm just going to fly fast from now on. And if that bothers anybody, I can't help that. I got to go fast. I got to go fast. Look at that speed. That is speed that is deserving of a god. Look at that. We're growing grass out here. How did grass grow all the way out here? So we got some recovery leaves. Oh, we got a river source. I'm going to build a mountain today. I think I'm going to build a mountain today. That's the thing that I'm kind of leaning into at the moment, is I think a mountain is something that we need, like a big old mountain at this end of the map. I think it's going to end on a mountain range over here, so join me. I think we're going to have quite a bit of fun building our mountain range. I'm going to build that up right there, and then maybe like a little bit right there. Yeah, that looks good. We'll get like a mountain range over here, and I'm going to have a river's mouth that runs out of it. And so I don't know how high up we can take this thing. It'll adjust our temperatures, though, which is what we've got to watch out for. There we go. So yeah, the temperature's gone down ever so slightly in this location because of our tinkering and canoodling and whatnot. But it'll have to work for right now. There we go. A little bit of a mountain right there. Bring that up on that side. Yeah, doesn't that look good? Doesn't it look fantastic? It looks like a badass mountain range. I think it looks solid. I'll probably put the river mouth around here somewhere, although we need a spot. And so what I'm going to do is I'll bring that up slightly, as we need a flat spot in order to build the river's mouth out of. And so that right there is about the best I can do at the moment for this mountain range. So that's going to be the first little chunk of our mountain range. And then we're going to jump into our inventory menu. We're going to look for that river mouth. We've got the water of life over here, which is actually kind of interesting. And then we've got a river source, which we could drop pretty much anywhere we wanted to drop it over here. I'll probably do it right there. And so there it is. We've got a river mouth. Now, a river is distinguished from the ocean, all right? It's got a monocle. It's fancy. You can't disrespect it like that. But at the end of the day, only certain animals will grow next to rivers. And so if we've got access to a river, sort of changes the way that we get to play the game from here on in. And so here we go. We're going to start building a river, and we're going to see what evolves from it. Whether or not I connect it to the ocean, I don't know if I want to, because my ecosystem is pretty... Oh, I'm out of energy right now. My godly juice, my godly mojo is gone. I need a little bit of time. I need a little bit of time. Creatures, do your thing. Grow. Thrive. Become dinosaurs. Do it sooner rather than later, please. I want you to be dinosaurs right now. It's taking too long for us to get them dinosaurs, man. Them dinosaurs. We've got lots of calamites, though, and we've got loads and loads of starfish and other things. Like, things are going pretty well right now for this map. My previous map had some fundamental flaws in the design that I think that we're going to be sort of rough to get rid of. There we go. We'll build that on out, and then just give me that right there. And maybe I will have the river go... So with the river's temperature... It looks like the water stays standard. One of the big things I wanted to do is I wanted to use the river. I wanted to use the river as a way to get cold water to a part of my ocean, so that half of my ocean would be warm and part of my ocean would be cold. That's sort of what I was going for, but unfortunately it didn't work out so great. We'll put a little bend in the road right here. Looks like we've increased the temperature again, too. That could have long-term ramifications. I don't know. I don't think about things like that. I just kind of act and do things, and then I deal with the results later. Because why worry about responsibility right now? Apparently there's a deep part of that river. So these are the shallows of the river. Well, I'm taking this all the way to the ocean, I guess. We'll do something kind of interesting with it, I suppose. I'll fix that in just a minute. I don't know what happens when I combine this with the ocean, though. Like, I'm a little worried it'll have adverse effects, like the water will become brackish or something like that, and then my creatures won't be happy. I gotta grow creatures. If I can't, that's the whole point of the game. If I can't grow creatures, then, you know, what am I to do? We'll keep this nice and shallow for right now. I don't think we need any crazy, like, we don't need any ridiculous Mississippi action going on at the moment. I'm actually going to make a cut bend over here so that this looks a little bit better. There we go. And then on this side, it'll go out like so. And actually, eventually, this will become like an oxbow lake or something like that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Shouldn't matter. And so we'll go to there, and that looks pretty good. I'm fairly happy with what's happened on this side. Now we just need to give it a little bit of time to let plants grow. And I think we should be fairly solid. We'll grab a couple of these little objects right here. It's going to be a normal recovery leaf. There's going to be a small recovery leaf. And it appears to me as though we've got a new creature over here. So I've got to document what it is. Oh, we've got a new plant. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we'll jump into some new plant research. And so there it is. I actually had forgotten to capture that one. Broblox the Mighty does not care about weird striated zebra plants. A plant that can grow in any warm climate. Differentiated from Cyatophyton. Alright, that's cool. Cyatophyton doing its thing over here. Let's jump back up and watch how the river actually affects the landscape. This is going to be pretty badass. Watch this right here. And so you should slowly start to see only river-bound things existing. And so with our life news, we've already got Barilopindrodon. I'm just going to call it Brillopad. Brillopad has grown. There are a number of cool things that we now have access to that we did not have access to before. Pikaia is thriving, which is very good because we want to take Pikaia down his evolution tree in order to get fish. If we can't get fish, then unfortunately, we've got Trimerophytes back. That was in our previous game. And so there it is. Look at that thing grow. Hell yeah. That would be one of those moments where a lesser YouTuber would have been like, that's what she said. But I'm not that YouTuber. I'm not that YouTuber. I'm not that guy. Let's go ahead and regenerate our HP for a minute. And our planet is thriving right now. Nothing is going extinct. Nothing is dying. Plants are growing. It's looking beautiful out here. It looks like we've got some new river plants on this side. So let's have a look at those. So we got ourselves a... What is this? So that's going to be Xylophyton. A grass that grows alongside autumn fern in various places with warm climates. Cool. And that's going to be level 6 for us. Did that make my thing even bigger? Nope, my thing didn't get bigger. Well, that's just upsetting, and I don't feel happy about it. And we've also got these guys down here. You always want your thing to get bigger when you level up. That's like the main point in leveling up. Like, why would you bother if your thing's not going to get bigger? A Xylophyton. All right, there it is. And then it looks like we've grown something slightly new over here that we haven't seen before. And so there it is. That's going to be Agleophyton. And so a mutated Xylophyton that is adapted to warm savannas, or grows on a mountain, I guess. I don't know. Let's have a look over here. We're going to decide what we want to push evolution towards coming up in the near future. Do I still have a Wormstone over here, or did that get dispelled once I think when I closed my game and reopened it. So that Cyclomedusa is still doing its thing over here. What do we have down in this deep, dark pit of despair? It looks like we've got a Pikaia, but not a whole lot else. Lots of Pikaia, in fact, weird little slug creatures. Okay, let's look at our list and we'll see what we want to evolve next. What do you want to evolve next? I want to evolve just about anything. We've also got some Anthrasomedusas, which are trying to replace the original Cyclomedusas. Kind of an interesting thing. We've also got some more jellyfish down there. We've got a jellyfish that lives in hot waters that Somedusa could not adapt to. Okay. We've also got some plants and things over here. Elrathia, I think we unlocked Elrathia, but it died before I could take a look at it. I'm pretty sure Elrathia has been on this map already, but actually it looks like we don't have Elrathia. This one right here is a jawless fish that goes in hot water. It goes in the sea, and the temperature has to be 36 to 46 degrees. What is the temperature for you? 29 to 63. Okay, that works. Let's see if we can evolve ourselves a fish, yeah? Let me move that cursor off the screen, too. Now, as far as I know, most of my little dudes are over here in this pit. That means I need to get this temperature ERP. And so if I can't get this temperature ERP, it's going to cause problems for us. Although I'm kind of wondering... Well, temperature seems fine, and the temperature looks like it's going to go up even further. I guess I'll take a heat stone, and we will drop it right here. Can I not put a heat stone right there? We'll put a heat stone right there, then. And we'll kind of see what happens with the rest of this. That may cause weird problems in other spots, but I'm not going to cry about it for right now. There's like nothing growing on this side of the ocean. I think we've got like a Cyclomedusa and a whole bunch of stromatolites over here, but aside from that, we haven't seen a whole lot of change. So let's give it a little bit more time. We'll see what happens here. It actually looks like that has negatively affected the environment that I've planted it in, which is unfortunate. I'll pick it up real quick. So there it is. We'll pick that up so that the critters can recover. I was actually wiping out some of my species right there by doing that. And in fact, I think we might just need to expand the oceans further to raise the temperature. I think that's what we're looking at right now. Luckily, I've got the big tool right now. The big old tool, so we should be able to do this pretty quickly without too much trouble. And so there it is. There's another degree of temperature. Straight down into the ground. Yeah, lovely. Expand that ocean. In fact, my plan is for it to take up this entire side of the map. I want this entire edge just to be ocean, is what I'm thinking. I think I'm one too high on that one. Yep, one too high, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and drop a couple more degrees in just to make sure that our ocean stays nice and warm. And there it is. We've expanded our ocean by probably 6 or 7% in size. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I was kind of hoping the river would affect things a little bit more, but it has not. This area right here, I'm going to drop this a little bit lower. Oh, that becomes a sea if you drop it too low. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll try to drop a heat stone right here and just kind of see what happens. There's nothing to, like, kill off in that area, so I might as well. Doesn't seem like too terrible a plan. Let's jump back up to the surface, and hopefully we've stopped our wanton extermination of Bearlove Pendrin and a bunch of the other things that are on our shores. Go for it. Ah, we've got a Steroxylon, but Elrathia has gone extinct. That's a little bit of a bummer. I don't really like that it's gone extinct, but we've also got Pleophacops, so that's pretty cool. We've also got Phacops. Elrathia's back. Beryllopendron's back. So yeah, it just needed a bounce back period. Sometimes if you're panicking that like all your stuff is dying and you're like freaking out about it, give it some time. That's a lesson that I've learned about this game, is that sometimes things go through like a fluctuation period where they start to die a little bit, but then they come back a little bit. Don't panic about it. It'll probably be okay. We've got a whole bunch of new things that are blinking on the screen that need to be taken a look at. So I'm thinking that down here is one of the locations that we'll want to look at them, because we've got something over here. What are you? Hello, little critter of the sea. What are you? Introduce yourself. Oh, we've got Phacops. Okay, cool. Phacops I think we got in the previous episode, but that's going to be an evolved version of the trilobite that we already had, Elrathia. And so this one's a little bit more advanced. And so it can go in warm areas that Elrathia cannot. And for some reason, it's gone to this area over here, which is quite a bit cooler? I don't know. Something weird is going on. We'll jump back in, and let me see what happened with this little area over there, this little kind of water area. Oh, we picked up another, okay, so we've picked up another stromatolite. That's not too bad. Looks like we've got a new plant over here somewhere that's begun to grow. And yes, indeed, we have seen this plant before. This is going to be our old friend, Steroxylon. I think we already had that. It's a Burragwathia that evolved or something like that. Either way, we've got a whole bunch of things growing right now, and it's going great for us. This game definitely has a really fascinating sort of Pokemon aspect to it that really gets you playing and gets you into the title. It gets you settled in your seat, and you start having fun with it, and you're just like, oh, what are you? Oh, it's our Elrathia. Our Elrathia's back. Okay. So apparently on this map, I never actually did the Elrathia thing. Oh my god, we can terraform such huge spaces now. Good. I don't like how long it takes me to terraform stuff in the beginning of the game. Being able to terraform a little bit further is a really nice option. Let me rotate the camera to an adjacency real fast so that that'll work. And then we'll drop that in right there and keep this ocean expanding. Temperatures rising. Temperature rising. Getting so hot in here. Maybe I'll put in a little deep area over here. Just so we have it, you know, like a little ocean area. So that if anything wants to grow inside of there, it can. Just add a little bit of character to this area, you know? There we go. Something like that. And then a little bit of that right there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Give things lots of room to grow so that if we get like a new creature or whatever, it's got some space. It's got varied locations that it can deploy itself at. And then we'll just continue expanding this on out. Temperature's going up to 35 degrees Celsius. That's okay because we do have a temper differential that we can play around with right now. Not too bad. But let me check the ocean temps real fast. Ocean temps are looking solid. We're right at 35°C, which is more or less where we want to be. These areas are a lot warmer, which might provide us with some interesting opportunities for creating new life. And then on top of this mountain, there's something that I forgot. Oh, what are you? Oh my god, we got a land animal. No way! We got a spider! Pleophacops. While some trilobites, such as Phacops, stayed in shallow water, this arthropod migrated on... Oh, look at him. He's adorable. He's like that little drum from the... He's like the little spider with the drum from the meme, where he's like, let me play you the song of my people. That's what he looks like. Honestly, I wouldn't be that excited about spiders, but that's our first land animal. That's our first land animal. We've done it, everybody. We've cracked the code. This is it. We're done here. I am going to see if I can just widen that out a little bit. Give us like a little delta maybe. And then if I could bring this like over to here. Yeah. You probably see what I'm getting at, but I'm trying to have like a little delta area, you know? Make it look a little bit more realistic. There we go. And so now we've got a river delta that's like kind of ending up over here. Pretty sweet stuff. I like making things look realistic. And so we'll move that to that side. That looks good. And then we'll have like one little branch which comes off from here. It'll attach right here. But it'll also go off and do its own thing this way. There we go. And so now we've got our own little delta area. Nice. We've got a delta. Delta. We've got a delta. That's just, you know, preliminary catchphrase. It's not something that I'm kind of workshopping it right now, but we're low on HP, so we probably want to ride this thing out and see what happens here. Colonia is not doing well. Although it looks like it bounced back. Nice job, Colonia. I believed in you. George Colonia. It's mostly a plant. Ah, Astraspis. That's another plant that I don't really care. Ah, Astraspis is dead again. Damn it, Astraspis. So it says Colonia is dying, but Colonia is actually gaining population pretty quickly. Like, it says it's at risk of extinction, but its population numbers are going up. Astraspis came back, and then Astraspis was gone just like it came. Ah, well, such is life. Myriopterus has reached its maximum numbers that we can possibly support for right now. Because there's no heat around anywhere else, unfortunately, we're not going to grow a ton of trees. Oh, we've got Andrealepsis. We've got a fish. Hold up, I gotta see what's up with this fish. Where's Andrealepsis? What's Andrealepsis? We haven't seen that. That's new. Where's he at? Andrealepsis. Where you at, homeboy? Where does Andrealepsis live? Because it sounds like we've got a badass fish over here. And, like, we finally got, like, real animals, not, like, weird slithering scum monsters. And I'm interested in seeing, like, what they can do. Scum monster? Where are you? What is Astraspis? Well, for now, it doesn't look like there's that much else we could play around with. So I'm not going to. Our temperatures are going down. What's the temperature of the ocean over here? Temperature of the ocean's perfectly manageable. I don't think it's a bad idea to... We've got to figure out some way to expand things, though. Like, if we wanted to move on to our next animal... We can have a look at the list. And... Oh, there's a Astraspis right there. And Andrealepsis... It says we have a population of 100,000 of them. Where are they? I'm gonna look around for this fish. It's gonna bother me until I find this fish. I gotta find him. Aha! I found you! Oop, that wasn't really what I wanted, but okay. Well, there we go. We've got Andrealepsis now, who apparently has a pretty good population. We got real fish! Cool! And so this creature first appeared in the ocean when flora began to thrive on land. Nice! And so now if we can get a Strepsis or whatever to grow, a Strepthrotus, I think we'll be in good shape. I do hope that this valley, like, expands a little bit. I suppose I could do, like, another river to just try and help out with it. Oh, we've got another desert spider over there. Cool. I like desert spideys. Desert spideys are kind of cool. If we get spideys that are big enough to righty, though, I'd be happier. Like big old, like, spider mounts. That'd be pretty sweet, right? I'm going to put in something right here, because I think it needs a warm temperature to spread some tree over here. And then we'll jump up over to the Overworld map. And we'll see how we can get this to travel. I personally think it's going to be fine. Like, I think everything's going to be great. Colonia still says it's going extinct. Ah, we've got Astraspis back. And Astraspis appears to be doing quite well. I don't know what Astraspis is up to, but it apparently found its food source. Before it like, survived and went extinct, like, 3 times in a row. And now it's back, like, permanently. I think I've got to get some kind of fish before we can get anybody on land, though. Before we start... Oh, we've also got Heliophyllum. That's definitely going to be a plant of some kind. Where is Heliophyllum at? Oh, the spiders have moved over to here, too. They're taking over, man. They're taking over. We've got something new right here. Is that Astraspis? Ah, it is. Hey, little buddy, come here. Oh, he's adorable. That's a real adorable fish right there. That's a fish you want to cuddle. That's a fish that you just can't. He comes up to the couch, he's just like, "Prrr," and you're like, oh, I have to pet you now. It has to happen. There's no way I can walk away from an animal this adorable. Cool. Yeah, I think this game has a lot of aspects that a lot of people are going to appreciate. What was over here? Heliophyllum? Is that a new... What is heliophyllum? Oh, it's like an underwater... yeah, okay. It's like an underwater anemone. Yeah, it's a coral. So it lives among cyclomedusa and warm shallows. It also becomes a habitat for Andriolepsis. That would explain why Andriolepsis was struggling. Andriolepsis needs that in order to create its habitat. Pretty sweet stuff right now. So I put that warp stone over here. Is this guy benefiting from the warm stone? He is. He's benefiting from the warm stone. I might then consider just scooching. And then putting it right there so we can get a real good population of them nice and built. Get them good and strong. I wonder if it, like, when you play this game, do you have to focus on the ocean one time through, and then the next time you go through, you got to focus real heavily? I think once you unlock something, it evolves easier from then on in. I'm going to start sprinkling some of my magic fairy dust on some of this stuff and seeing if it'll start to mutate. So we got you, little buddy. Yeah, enjoy. We've also got you, so enjoy. I'm just going to sprinkle this shit on, like, everything right now. Everything that I see is getting sprinkled because I need to increase the chance that we have some kind of, like, positive mutation. With some of these plants over here, I don't really care about that, although I will probably try to fortify the coral if I can, although I don't know where the coral went. Coral's probably around somewhere. Is there anything down here? Let's go ahead and help this. Yeah, let's help you out too. There you go. There's a little bit of something for you. A little bit of something for you. I just want evolution to happen in this episode. I want there to be an explosion of life on our planet. There we go. And it's not that I'm not happy with, like, bugs and fish and shit. It's just that I'd really like to see, like, other things. I'll also sprinkle some of the spiders because everybody knows every spider loves a good sprinkling. And so there it is. Spider, grow, multiply, and become strong. I will also fertilize some of these plants with my lovely fairy dust. Fairy dust, doesn't it just make you carry most? I'm just saying words, man. There was no, like, planned lyrics for that song. Basically, just, like, words came out, and I'm like, I can live with that. Whatever. You know, it works. We got an autumn fern over here. Are these actual plants? No, that's just grasses. Well, hell, let's try to evolve some of this stuff. I mean, if I can throw powders on all of them, maybe we'll have better luck. So there we go. Let's jump back up over the Overworld map, and we'll see what happens from here on in. Oh, God. A whole bunch of stuff just grew and became a thing and then vanished instantaneously. I'm going to give it a bit more time to see if it all comes back. It's possible that they tried to branch off and do different things, but the environment just wasn't good enough for it. It's always a possibility. Alright, so I let it run for about a couple million years. I think we tried to get the stuff to grow, but it's just not ready for it yet. So what I'll do is I'll stop off right there. And unfortunately, I tried to get the things together in order to grow some new things, but my guess is that the ocean temperature is slightly off. So it did spawn new stuff, like this right here. We've got, like, some kind of new... What is that? Is it like a new one? It's like a... Ah, it's an off-branch of the Heliophyllum. Yeah, so that's a Philip sastri. I'm just going to call it Philip. It's easier that way. And then we've got some kind of new slithery thing over there. What are you? What's going on with you, buddy? An astraspis that migrated to shallow waters in search of prey. It eats cyclomedusa through its jawless mouth. Oh, cool. So we're actually moving up and down the fish tree right now. Is there anything else over here? Basically, it blinks on the map if there's anything new. My guess was that we possibly unlocked a new spider species and some other stuff, but it just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. Temperatures are dropping right now, and instead of pushing forward, let's have a look at our library and see. So that's actually the end of the chain for him. Velopakaya needs higher temperatures. So birth temperature needs to be much higher for Velopakaya. And then it also needs to have, it appears, where Anomalocaris can be found. Do we have Anomalocaris? I don't think we have Anomalocaris. Don't think we have that one yet. And so we've got a couple of starfish down here that we've leaped down the chain on. But this fish right here is going to be the key to us doing better. So 35 to 45 looks like we're at births on that. So we'll probably want to track one of them down and sprinkle some dust on them. With the spiders over here, Phyliocops, they need a birth temperature that is much higher, in fact. Much, much higher. So their adaptation temperature is between 39, so we got to be like right in the sweet spot of like 35 to 39 degrees. And then moisture's got to be between 10 and 64. That's still pretty good. That shouldn't be that hard to work around. Like, what's the moisture level over here? Is that why they haven't evolved? No, there's a moisture level over here. Moisture levels appear to be pretty good. And so the temperature... No, they're right in the sweet spot for the temperature, too. They're just not adapting. Sprinkle them again. Sprinkle it on them again. Sprinkle it on them again, Jackson. And then we'll find our little fishies over here. Which I think were in this corner. Were they? Where my fish? Where my fish? Where my fish at? Well, there's this little guy over here. I guess I'll give him a nice little sprinkling, and then... Where the hell are my fish at? Where'd they run off to? They've got to be around here somewhere, right? Aha, I found you. There you are. Evolve for me, please. I would love it if you would evolve for me. It looks like they're living in harmony with the picayas over here. Well, let's see what happens. I think there's a temperature problem right now. And since you only get to deploy one stone, it becomes a little challenging. We've got Pachynorthus. What's a Pachynorthus? I don't see a blinking dot. Nope, there it is. Pachynorthus. Oh. Is it like a new kind of spider or something? Or is it just like a crappy plant? Oh, there's a thing up here. What is that? Is it like a new mollusk? Oh, it's a new starfish. Or at least it's classified as a starfish. A Dinorthus can live in fresh water. When rivers began to form, it migrated to them from the shallows. Oh, cool. Sweet stuff. Well, at least we're picking up something new here and there. Although our map is getting a little bit spotty and full of things, and so it's becoming difficult to figure out, like, what we're going after at any given moment. We'll go back up to the God Sphere, and that's going to be the end of our episode. This is Birthdays, the beginning. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here. I think this game is a ton of fun, and I think you guys will have fun playing it too. It's all the best aspects of, like, Spore meets Pokemon, meets a little bit of Minecraft in there. I mean, it's a really entertaining little game. It sincerely is. Pachynorthus didn't make it. Packy North Face didn't make it. Should have packed his jacket. Should have packed his jacket. If he had, I bet he'd have made it. I bet he'd have made it perfectly fine. I bet he'd have been good. Well, my name is Splattercat. I will see you all later. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for another episode. Check the game out down below. If you like what I do here on the channel, be sure to check out the Patreon. It's a great way to support me and keep these videos flowing. See y'all later. Bye, everybody.